Sweet.
Yes, sir. Oh, look at the background, dude. That's awesome. How'd you manage that one?
Internet's a hell of a drug.
Internet's something to behold if you know how to use it, right? Oh,
Yep.
wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, I got the whole.
Wow. Very cool. Very cool.
Just up in my helicopter right now.
Yeah.
So you got the office going there. Nice setup.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. The more professional you look, the more professional you look.
Heck yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Bright Connections. I am your host, BK. Joining me all the way back from the start of Bright Connections. He's back for another episode. My good friend Will. How you doing, bud?
Good. Ryan, how are you?
Oh, fantastic. Another solid week of Bright Connections throughout the week, making people smile, making people happy, doing what we can to brighten up the world and continue to make it a smiling and happy place. So can't be better. Can't beat it. So to touch back on last week's episode, we had the musical mania episode where we talked about all kinds of music stuff, and it was a lot of fun. And I know at one point we were talking about things that we like, performances that we did in our past, and there was one that I actually did forget. My mom reminded me about even before the Mr. UPJ stuff. All the way back in elementary school, we had a chorus concert or whatever it was, some kind of singing show, and I actually heard it through the grapevine back in elementary school. I had this leather jacket on, and just all the way back then, I just was singing my heart out, and it was just a short little thing. Heard it through the grapevine. It's not a long song or anything, but it was definitely a lot of fun. And I do remember that, and when my mom reminded me of that, I did recall it, and so I guess that was technically my first musical performance. And boy, times have flown by, that's for sure. As I'm sure you could agree with, things are changing constantly at a rapid pace.
Yeah. It's your first performance, but not your last, right?
I hope not. So obviously we've got some big stuff to talk about today, some fun stuff to talk about, and how could we go a week without talking some more sports? Again, sports are cruising by. We've got the NFL playoffs continuing to progress and get close to our championship game here soon. And then obviously we've got some more NHL stuff to talk about. So, but to start off, obviously, yes, we have the NFL playoffs continuing. We've got 4 teams left. And so we've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with good old Tom Brady back again. Yahoo! Woohoo! So excited. He will be facing the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers. Good old Aaron Rodgers. Gotta love the dude. I think he's so comfortable with who he is that he really just doesn't care about the critics. He's funnier than you think too. The commercials he does, and when he does his like interviews and stuff, they're funny.
Yeah, he seems very natural, and definitely my vote for MVP of the year would be Aaron Rodgers, and just elevates everyone around him, and it should be a good game.
Yeah, that's a good call on the MVP thing. I mean, a lot of people were calling for Green Bay to add some additional talent, some additional weapons for him, throughout the year, and Green Bay never really did, but he continues to put up amazing numbers, just continue to will his team along and just make them successful, just with his charisma, with his attitude, with his talent, with everything. It just continues to push Green Bay along, through the playoffs and everything. So,
What a way to answer his critics too. This past offseason, Green Bay drafting Jordan Love in the first round, and I don't think he's going to be seeing the field anytime soon.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Just the way things are going. Yep. Yep.
I did see Antonio Brown's going to be out for Tampa Bay, so that's going to be a big knock for them.
Yeah.
Of course, Tom Brady's no stranger to playing in the cold, and a couple of those other guys. So
Yeah.
be back and forth, but I like Green Bay by 13.
Oh wow. That's pretty big number, honestly, though. 13?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'll take it. Obviously, this show will come out after the games are played, but again, hopefully we'll see if our fingers are crossed. If our fingers are crossed, guys, if our predictions kind of come true and see where we are. But
you heard it here first.
You heard it here first. Exactly. It's such a crazy thing with Tom Brady. In a way, you hate to see somebody that successful and just there again and again and again. But at the same time, you have to respect it. The dude's he's a winner. It's just there's no way around it. He's just a winner, and he knows how to drive a team down the field when they need to. He knows how to. I assume he's fairly a good leader, a fairly good leader in the locker room and everything as well. So I don't know, it's just like I said, it's kind of frustrating to see him there and over and over and over, especially when it's not your team or whatever. But there's no way around it. He's a winner.
Indeed.
But so that's the one side. That's the NFC side. Tampa Bay versus Green Bay. Then on the other side, we've got Buffalo. Big time story of the year. Buffalo coming out of nowhere. I haven't seen Buffalo be good in how many years, right?
It's been for 4 Super Bowls.
For how many?
They went to the Super Bowl 4 straight years, and they lost every single one of them. I think this is their first divisional title since I want to say 96, 97. Then they had a long stretch there after Drew Bledsoe left where they just were horrible.
Yes.
All kinds of quarterbacks just went in and went through that organization. So I think they finally found a keeper in Josh Allen, who coming out of school I wasn't very, very high on, but you can't deny what he's done this past season. And Stephon Diggs might have been the trade of the year for the NFL.
Yeah.
They have some weapons there. I think that's going to be a close game, especially with Mahomes being a little banged up. You have to respect the Chiefs. They're the defending champs. Until you knock them off, they're the team to beat.
Correct.
I can see it going either way. I'm going to go with Chiefs by 4 in this one.
By 4. Okay, it's like a 24-20 score, or a little bit higher than that.
Maybe a little bit higher, like 28-24.
Yeah, I'm thinking both teams are their offenses have been clicking. There's no denying the Chiefs' offense. The Chiefs' offense for how many years now have been just kind of ridiculous with Mahomes and Kelsey and who else they have? Tyreek Hill. They had Sammy Watkins. Hardman.
Bell, who hasn't done too much this year for them, but
I honestly, I totally forgot about that already. I forgot that he got picked up by Chiefs. Yep. Yeah, I think Bell's days are kind of dwindling.
It's the lifestyle of a running back, right?
Yeah.
Got as Mike Tomlin used to love to say, run them till the wheels fall off, and I think that's the case now. But you never know. All you need is one last big game, and I think he might still be capable of that, especially behind the Chiefs. And it kills me that their Steelers released Wisniewski, and then a couple weeks later the Chiefs picked him up, and now he's starting for the Chiefs.
No, really? Didn't know that either. Man, you got all the knowledge back there.
We could have used him on our own line this past year.
Yeah, we had a handful of injuries and not so great play on the offensive line. So yeah, you're right. We definitely could have used some assistance there. But it is what it is. You learn, you move forward. Hopefully, you improve for the next year. But so we've got our AFC conference championship. Excuse me, AFC conference championship with the Bills and the Chiefs. I think I'm going to go with the quote unquote upset here. I think I'm going to go with the Bills. I think the Bills have just been playing fantastic. I think they have a very strong team. I think everything's clicking right now. I know it's tough to root against the reigning champions, and Andy Reid has been coaching just a ridiculous year. I know a couple of calls he made last week in last week's game. Everybody was like, "Whoa, that was aggressive," but damn, it worked. I think that's just kind of the coach he is. But I still I don't know. I think Buffalo just has the desire. I think the way they're jiving right now, everything's clicking. I'm gonna go with Buffalo. I'm gonna go with Buffalo in that one.
By how much?
9.
Wow.
I'm gonna say
2-score game.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like a 30, 33, 24 type deal. That is 9 points, right?
By my math, it is.
By my math, on this weekend day where we don't have to think, yeah.
So Buffalo's going to shut down the Mahomes then.
Enough. Shut down them enough, yeah. I mean, Buffalo has a good defense. Like you said. Mahomes is a little banged up. If they can get to him, get a little pressure on him, maybe smack him around a little bit legally. Smack him around a little bit and make him. I don't see him as necessarily being one that would feel pressured. I mean, obviously you can get him pressured, but not too rattled, but enough to just kind of maybe make him rush his throws a little bit and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the quote unquote upset. I think the Bills move on to play hopefully the Packers.
Then who would you have in there?
Oh, I don't know. We're gonna have to talk about that next week.
Good tease.
Yeah, right. But again, it's anytime it's playoffs like this, even though it's not your team, it's still fun to watch. It's still fun to pay attention to and see who's doing well. And obviously, the Super Bowl is always a huge event. I mean, the numbers, the amount of people that watch the Super Bowl every year, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, and great optics with the NFL. The Super Bowl too being held in Tampa Bay. They said the crowd size is going to be capped at around 22,000 or so. And 7,000 of those tickets will be distributed to frontline healthcare workers.
That's awesome. Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah,
some great PR by the NFL.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a good move overall. It's just being able to try to thank some people who've just been out there doing amazing things each and every day. Try to give them a little thanks and treat them to a nice little gift of the Super Bowl. So yeah, that's a good call, Will. That's just great move.
And gotta wait for the commercials. So,
yes,
even if you don't have any dog in the fight, that's always a good good reason to watch.
So, I mean, you've got the commercials, and then some people tune in just for the halftime show. There's some form of entertainment during the Super Bowl that you can be excited about and enjoy.
I'm actually excited for the halftime show this year at the weekend.
Yeah,
it's contemporary act, so should be fun.
Yeah, I agree. I think it'll be a good show. Like you said with the commercials, I always love watching the commercials. A lot of fun. I love trying to pick out some of the best ones and having a good laugh and just seeing where these companies come up with these ideas, these crazy ideas that get them embedded in your head. Just very creative, very fun ideas, but commercials are always a blast. So Super Bowl should be something to be looked forward to, and obviously 2 weeks from now, right? So
yep,
2 weeks from now we'll be tuning into the Super Bowl and seeing who's champion and what we've got. So should be a lot of fun. All right, then obviously we've got the NHL starting up a week or so now, week or two now, and So the Penguins obviously had a rough start, but they've turned it around a little bit now. So they've won 3 straight now after losing the first 2. So that's hopefully good news. Hopefully looking up. The rest of the season. Um, I don't. There's not really any team that's pulled away yet. Obviously, it's tough to this early in the season, but I think the way that they realign the divisions, I think, especially our division, I think it's tough. Our division is loaded with very good teams. I know a lot of the divisions probably are going to be the same with having less games to play. I think a lot of races are going to come down to the very end. And if I'm not mistaken, I think less teams get into the playoffs too, right?
Top four from every division.
Yeah. No, that would be normal then. Never mind.
Because I know with our division in particular, one team that's good is going to be left out when you think about the Rangers, the Islanders, the Capitals, Bruins, us,
Flyers.
Flyers. There's going to be in our division. There's going to be a team that played well and just didn't make the cut. So
I know.
it's important to get ahead early and build that cushion.
Yeah. 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 You don't want to have to try to make a huge run down the end of the season. Try to squeeze your way in.
Right, and even with New Jersey, they've like you said, it's still early in the season, but they've come out hot. So um, they were a team that wasn't expected to contend, but in such a short season, you never know. Catch fire for 10 or 12 games and get a good head start that could really help your cause.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You just never know. You just never know. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a different feel to the season. It's still hockey and everything, obviously, but I think again, not having fans is gonna change it a little bit. But I still, I haven't really noticed too much. Again, with the how they did the bubble last year, and with not having fans, you can obviously tell when you look in the stands, there's nobody there. But at the same time, if you're just paying attention to the game and you're just watching the game and enjoying the game, is it really that much different?
Not to me. Yeah, I know in some cases they pipe the crowd noise in, which, um, not pretty neutral, and I don't really care one way or the other. But yeah, I just can't wait to get back to live sporting events. It's especially hockey. It's so much better when you're there live.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I mean, any sport that you're there live, it's a different ballgame. It's just the feeling of the crowd around you and the atmosphere of the stadium or arena or whatever. Just a whole different thing. Yep, really gets you into it and feeling the vibes, if you will. But so obviously, again, the beginning of the season, hopefully everything still continues to work out with the way that the NHL is running it. With obviously with COVID, and I haven't heard any real big bad stuff yet. I think there's been a couple teams that had to do a little bit of postponing, but nothing too extreme as of yet.
the Capitals did have an issue come up last week with 4 players, including Ovechkin, so they'll be suspended for 4 games, which in a shortened season that can really hurt when you're on a
Yeah,
bubble team like they are.
yeah,
And then they believe their organization got fined $100,000, which when you're not having any fans and any revenue of that sort, I'm sure their ownership isn't exactly pleased with that.
no, no, probably not. Yeah, yeah. They broke protocol of wearing masks like in the locker room or something.
Apparently they were hanging out in the hotel room together, and one of the players had come in contact with someone who had COVID, and they were all unmasked during that time.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that'll do it. That'll do it.
As a
Yeah.
Penguins fan, though, that's fine. You can
Yeah, that's
keep
okay.
Ovechkin on the bench for 4 games.
That's okay with us, right? Yeah. Yeah. Uh there's another Dallas. Dallas had
Yeah,
some issues to start the season as well. But again, I mean
they're one of
nothing.
the few fans that actually have, or they're one of the few teams, I mean, that have fans in the crowd. Um, Now, granted, I don't think it plays that much of a home ice advantage to have that little fans, but it's still something.
Yeah.
Especially for a player like Malkin, who I think really thrives on having people in the stands, and he really seems like a player that feeds off that energy. I'd have to imagine he, wants to get back to that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there's a good handful of players that would like to have things back to normal, but just got to keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you can. There was another thing with the Penguins last night, the other night, 2 nights ago, a couple days ago. I can't remember. A new guy, a rookie that came up and got a chance to play because there was some injuries and everything. And I got me thinking how cool it is to see how teams still treat rookies to this day. Almost, I guess, if you will, kind of like a hazing thing, but obviously not anything terrible. Just kind of, basically, you let him skate on the ice by himself, and just kind of it just make him feel weird out on the ice by himself instead of with his team. But then at the same time, I heard the article, read an article and heard stories about how he was still treated like one of the team, like one of the guys right away as soon as he came in, and it's a cool story to hear that even though you're the new guy around, you can still fit right in, and to have a team was so welcoming like that is definitely good to hear. You don't want a team that kind of just shuns you out and throws you to the side and says you're just another guy. Uh, who happens to have a chance to play. No, you're one of the fellas. You're one of the group. Um, Come on in here and let's be a close knit family and play well together. So it's good to hear stuff like that.
Yeah, and he looked great last night too in his very first game, picking up an assist, really inserting himself into the offensive play, which is what he's known for.
Yeah,
He's the big piece that came over for the Kessel deal.
correct.
From what I've read, they really didn't want to let him go, so he's going to be important going forward here in the future, especially as Lepang is possibly gone after this year. He's going to be a key piece up there with Dumoulin, Marino, Pedersen. Our defense should be very well stocked going forward, especially
Yeah,
if those other guys, they're still relatively young other than Dumoulin, if they continue to progress themselves.
correct. Yep. Yeah, we've got some good young defensemen. I was getting a little worried for a while there where we just had all these older defensemen and no real young prospects defensive wise, and I was getting like, oh boy, how bad's our defense going to be in a couple of years? But GM managed to work his magic and bring some young talent in, and he's got a handful of them locked up already. With Pedersen and Marino locked up for long term. So it's like you said, should be good for a handful of years here on the defensive end with who we've got and who we've got locked up for a handful of years. Yep. Boy, how big of a surprise was Marino?
Oh, it was a godsend. I mean,
Right?
coming out of nowhere, really, he was an afterthought,
Yeah.
and to have the year he did, and he's such a key piece that will be important moving forward, and guys, that you don't really expect to when they come through like that. It's just a bonus.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was like a 6th round draft pick. Or actually, no, he was maybe even lower than that. I know we got him for 6th round draft pick. Um,
He might
just
have been
kind of,
undrafted. I can't remember. I
I
know he
think
was not very heralded at all.
no, I think you might be right. He might have been undrafted. But he's just been, and you always notice him on the ice. I've noticed that he continues to have increased roles on the team. I remember seeing in overtime the other day, they threw him out there like second line, if you will. Like, the tank comes out first, second line. There's Marino, the young guy, 22 years old or whatever, out there on the ice in overtime, 3-on-3. Just they trusted him. They trusted him right away at a young age like that. It's awesome. It's so cool to see. Um, and then, like you said, Pedersen's been great. And then Pierre Olivier Joseph is the rookie that we were mentioning. Um, got him in the Kessel trade, and yeah, is probably going to be our future top line defenseman, at least top four for the future. So good to see him perform well in his first game. Definitely. Yep. So And then also just what just came in, honestly, just like earlier this morning, big trade in the NHL. Big trade in the NHL. Patrick Laine from the Winnipeg Jets got traded to the Columbus Blue Jackets for Pierre-Luc Dubois. Patrick Laine, for the last couple of years, especially his rookie and sophomore year, he was just a scoring machine. Absolute, just a scoring machine. Was putting up ridiculous goal numbers with like almost like Ovechkin level. And over the last year, I guess his relationship with Winnipeg has kind of dwindled. He's kind of lost some leeway, some roles on the team. Hasn't been as much ice time and this and that, and just kind of the relationship kind of dwindled, like I said, and so you kind of feel this coming. It's been talked about for a while now that they don't think the relationship's going to be repaired enough, and with the contract coming up, big contract probably coming up, it wasn't going to work out. So traded him to Columbus for Pierre-Luc Dubois. I mean, another real good young star. Kind of interesting to see him traded out of Columbus. I know you said that maybe it just could be a need of different scenery, or maybe it's just who they had to trade with. On paper, it looks like a very even sided trade. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's two players that are still really young, have already produced at this level, so you know what you're getting. Still room to grow for both of them. Um, Tortorella is not the easiest guy to play for, so there could be some personality conflicts going on there.
Yeah.
Um, but regardless, moving forward, if the NHL goes back to the divisional alignment that previously has been held, Liney's going to be a force to be reckoned with. So I feel bad for those Penguins defenders because he's a heck of a player.
Yeah. He's a natural goal scorer. I mean, he's one of those people that has a shot, a release, if you will, um, that is just like, whoa, how did he shoot that fast, that quickly, that accurately, without even like trying? Yeah, and he's a big dude too. He's a
Yeah,
big dude to handle. So he can get to those dirty spots on the ice, those grinding spots, um, front of the net, everything. So yeah, he's top talent for sure. Top talent for sure. And like you said, if the division goes back to normal, we'll be seeing a lot of them. Yep. But definitely a big trade. Um, I again, I'm one of those people that like all these behind the scene kind of management, uh, coaching, trading, all that behind the scenes stuff. In addition to obviously just watching the games, so stuff like this where you see the mindset of GMs and coaches and the willingness to move people around to make a splash on your team and change things up. It's interesting. It's really interesting to me. I don't know. So that's about it for the sports updates. Looking forward to another hopefully good season of NHL hockey. That's for sure. So Will is a big TV and movie fan, so I definitely wanted to talk to him about some TV shows, some movies um, that he's watching now or upcoming and whatnot. So, um, Will, what shows are you kind of focused on watching right now? Is there any big shows that you have been enjoying lately?
television, a little bit. It's getting closer to Oscar nomination season, and this is pretty much the time of year when film festivals are occurring, and you're really kind of starting to see films that you can kind of predict. It's fun to predict which ones you think will get those Oscar nods. So, I've been watching a lot of movies. I have been watching Jeopardy, both Alex Trebek's last shows as well as they're doing guest hosts for a while until they can figure out a permanent replacement.
Right.
And I'll say I've been pleasantly surprised with Ken Jennings. Um, he's been hosting the past, I believe it's been like about 2 weeks now,
Okay.
and obviously former great at that game,
Yeah.
former player. Um, he's also hosting another game show called The Chase, which is on ABC.
Yeah.
The trivia show. It's new, but I've been watching that as well. Really fun to watch. I love trivia, and I can't wait to get back to doing like bar trivia and going
Yeah.
out with buddies and stuff like that.
Yep.
But no, Ken Jennings just comes off as natural, and one of the quotes that Trebek had was, the contestants are the stars of the show, and it's important to remember that. So Ken Jennings, you can tell, has kind of brought that over as well, and he lets the contestants kind of run it, and he's just there to moderate, if you will.
Right. Right. Yeah, I didn't know Ken Jennings was doing that. That's pretty cool. Like you said, a past winner, and now moved to the other side of the desk. Kind of see it from the other side, huh? It's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, they announced. I think Katie Couric's going to be a guest host for a little bit. They've announced a couple other names as well, uh, but no permanent host has been announced. So just something that'll be interesting to see how every person kind of brings something different to it, and until they decide on a permanent
Yeah.
replacement.
Yeah. Wasn't Aaron Rodgers the
Yeah,
host
that's the
for?
other guy. He
Yeah.
hasn't hosted yet, but they announced he will be at some point coming up
Okay.
here. So
Yeah.
so when that happens, I'll text you so you can tune in.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd be interested to see that. Like I said, I love his attitude, his charisma. So I think it'd be fun to see him hosting a game show.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, the big show I'm kind of trying to tune in right now. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. No big shows. I'm not a bunch of shows, I guess. Not a bunch of shows really right now, but a big show that I've been working through last maybe year or so is Vikings from History Channel. Believe I'm on. I think I just finished season 4. But I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it. It's cool to see stuff that even either was very factual, very close to being true, or a little bit off facts, but um, seeing stuff that actually happened in the past, very cool to see. I'm a big Vikings fan, not the football team, but
Hmm.
real Vikings. But I don't know. It's been very very fun to see, seeing the life of Rolfnar Lofbrock. I can't say his name now, but Ragnar Lothbrok. That's it. And then his sons and everything, and what they did. Um, really really cool show to watch. Seeing kind of like their takeover of England, and seeing their life progress, kind of seeing them from a young age, and then progress older and older and older, and then obviously they jump and kind of become young men, and then they kind of take over the reins. But real cool show. Vikings. I've been into that. Just it's hard to find time for TV sometimes. I'm sure you could imagine, um, but it's been fun watching that. It's been fun watching that. But probably the big show right now, now that Mandalorian has passed along, the season 2 of Mandalorian has come to an end. The big show right now is WandaVision, another Marvel show, but this one a little bit different, than a normal Marvel show that we would expect, right?
Yeah, it's given it a refresh. As anyone who's familiar with Marvel and where they're trying to go, they're trying to bring more cosmic and more kind of outer space elements into the fold here. So WandaVision's the first step of that. This will connect to both two upcoming Marvel movies, both Doctor Strange and the Multiverse, as well as the new Spider-Man movie, which, from everything I've read, it looks like they're going to draw the multiverse into that as well, bringing back former Spider-Man like Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and this WandaVision will tie into all of that. So it's just one more thing to watch, just keep you in tune with what's going on within the MCU.
It's the
But
start
really
of
cool so far.
it's the start of Phase 4, if you will, right?
Right, right.
Yeah. So a lot of people are saying WandaVision's kind of the bridge to the next step for Marvel.
a lot of theories going out there. I love keeping up the date and reading all the different theories going on about it.
Yeah.
So I've read that. Well, so I should preface that it appears that WandaVision is drawing largely on the House of M, which was a Marvel comic event a while back, and so in that regard, that it seems like Doctor Strange is guiding Wanda through the seven stages of grief is a good theory I've read, and that
Oh,
each batch of episode will deal with a different stage of grief to try to ensure that she doesn't go and basically blow the multiverse up, which in theory is what's probably will happen. Um, you know,
spoiler alert. No.
could possibly be, but
Uh,
she's an extremely strong strong person with her powers and whatnot. So, and we initially we really didn't see that until Avengers Endgame,
correct.
um, and so I think this is a good way to kind of show her powers. I've read that it appears that Westview is just she's it's a reality she's created in order to get over the death of Vision,
Right.
and so basically a theory is that everyone besides her and a few other characters are made up. Which, if you watch the first two episodes, I didn't get a chance to watch the episode last night, so
Right.
hopefully sometime today I can do that. But to your point, what a cool show, and it's
Yeah.
one of those shows that I kind of hope they don't necessarily show the villain until the very end. It's fun to keep you guessing, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm definitely guessing a lot. That's for sure. I have no idea what's going on. I mean, I'm enjoying watching it. It's cool to see. I guess they're kind of like basing it off of old like sitcom kind of things, and it's cool to see. Even me being not somebody that watches old shows like that, um, I guess in a way it kind of intrigues me to see what those would have been like watching those old sitcoms and stuff like that. And but just seeing people that are normally fighting in a big battle or doing this or doing that, just kind of taking a step back and just kind of living normal life and just enjoying life. And it's cool. It's cool to see. But yeah, the how do I say it? There's the it's just got a really weird feel to it. Like and I think that's probably what they're going for. You could tell that there's something weird going on, but you have no clue what it is. And I think that kind of draws people in and makes them want to keep watching. Say like, okay, I got to figure out what the heck's going on here. So that's a good
Yeah,
strategy.
yeah, for sure. They're dropping hints like the beekeeper at the end of episode two. That could be Swarm, who's a pretty obscure Marvel villain who is part of AIM. Um, they're thinking that could maybe be him and how he relates. The whole thing with the red stick of gum from last episode that clogged up Vision's gears, and
Uh-huh.
the other reference to saying the one character saying the devil's in the details, and that's not the only place he is. They're thinking that could possibly deal with another bad villain called Mephisto, who is basically Marvel's version of the devil, and that would make sense. It would make sense. So to your point, it's there's something off, and you pick up little Easter eggs here and there, and
You
you
just
kind of
don't.
guess,
You just don't know what.
and it just keeps it. I like. Some people don't like it. I like the old school approach of releasing one episode at a week. It,
Yeah.
it keeps you coming back, and it's good to have patience.
Yeah, I know, right? Back to the old days when TV would come out one episode a week. Everybody's been too spoiled with just whole season release. Let's watch it all in one night. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm with you there. I like having to wait a week, having the anticipation of it's another week. Let's jump on in and see what's happening. Yeah, yeah, I'm with you there. It's tough sometimes, like you said, to have the wait, but it makes you want to watch it, right away and everything. It's the anticipation factor.
Hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes for sure. it's a cool story. I think they're doing it well. Even just from the first two episodes, um, it's gotten good reviews. It's definitely gotten good reviews. And I think the other thing is that even if you're not a huge Marvel fan, they've said, and they've tried to include some people that aren't necessarily huge Marvel fans and just kind of have it be another show just to enjoy. So
Right, right. And I think it would be. I haven't heard about future seasons, but I almost want it to be a one-off, like have one season and have it be that bridge to both Doctor Strange and Spider-Man.
right,
Um, and I think that'll almost make it more lasting going years forward, where you can then, when all the episodes are out at the same time, you can just binge it still and rewatch it all. And
yeah,
because their episodes are relatively short,
yeah.
I can't remember exactly. I think 9 episodes will be in the season or so.
Mm.
So at 30 minutes apiece, it's pretty. You can do it in a day if you want.
Yeah, yeah. You could do it in a day. I know, right? These days you could definitely
Or a
manage.
weekend.
Or a week. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But so WandaVision's kind of the new show, the new talked about show. Everybody's it's the buzz. Everybody's tuning in, everybody's talking about it. So if you haven't yet, give it a shot, give it a look, see if you enjoy it. It's a fun little show. It's a fun little show for sure. Now, definitely a handful of other shows that have been released, well, not released, but talked about, what's coming up. Obviously, we have a heavy handful of more Marvel shows coming up with Loki and then there's some Disney, I guess more accurately Disney and Disney Plus releasing just a crap ton of shows. Loki, Obi-Wan Kenobi, She-Hulk. Uh, Gosh, I can't even remember all of them. There's just a
Winter Soldier and Falcon, right?
yeah, yep. Winter Soldier, Falcon. Heck, just I remember there was one day, I think like in December, they just released a list and just like whoa, 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 wow. It's a big old list of shows, and a lot of them look interesting. A lot of them look interesting for sure. Disney Plus is taking over, man. They're gonna be huge in no time. I guess
They
they're
have the
already.
money.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
yes, yeah. I was gonna say that you said they're gonna be huge. It's like, oh yeah, that Disney company. That's gonna be a big company one
Yeah, I
day.
guess.
They're really on the up and up.
Yeah, they sound like they might be a fairly successful company here in the next coming years. Okay,
Buy your
Brian.
stock now.
Yeah, right. No, but I guess Disney Plus, that it's in itself because they're trying to release more originals. Obviously, Disney, yeah, has been successful for who knows how long, but um, the whole streaming services of Disney Plus and HBO Max and stuff, it's definitely becoming more of the norm. A lot of people are turning to streaming services than just regular cable nowadays. So, but definitely a lot of upcoming shows with Marvel and Star Wars and everything. Um, a lot of ones coming up, but there's trying to think of other ones that are not necessarily those Marvel and Star Wars ones. There was one that I saw that's coming out. Pretty sure it's supposed to come out this year. Lord of the Rings show. Lord of the Rings show. So I believe it's on Amazon Prime, and I mean, Lord of the Rings was huge for me back when I was a kid. I loved Lord of the Rings. It was my go-to movie back when I was a kid. So I'm intrigued to see where they go with something like that with the Lord of the Rings show. They have similar characters. Did they kind of base it off of the movies? Is it totally new? Yeah, so I'm intrigued to see what that's like for sure.
I returning shows. I'm looking forward to season two of the or season two or season three. The upcoming season of The Righteous Gemstones on HBO. That's
Okay.
with Danny McBride, John Goodman. They play a televangelist family, and it's typical Danny McBride raunchy comedy.
Yeah.
Um, Looking forward to that. Shameless is going through its final season at the moment on Showtime, so Um, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. It used to be really well done, and it's fell off a cliff the past few seasons, but we got to finish it at this point. So
Yeah.
um, watching that, um, and I've never owned an Xbox before, so I'm curious to watch it just to learn. But at this some point this upcoming year, the Halo show will be debuting
Oh, I didn't know that.
on Showtime.
Hmm.
So they've released some like still pictures and stuff like that. No trailer's been released yet or anything, but it will be. It's in the production, so it will be coming at some point here shortly.
Yeah, no, they've tried Halo movies in the past. I don't think those have been very successful. So we'll see if the show will be a little bit more, I guess, huh?
Right, and Showtime. I think Showtime generally has a pretty good track record too. So from a non-fan standpoint, I'm gonna watch just the kind of you know learn and I've played Halo before at friends' houses
Right.
and have enjoyed it at that point. But obviously, being a PlayStation guy, I've never had the opportunity to really dive in and really play from start to finish.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Halo would have a good storyline. Because definitely all the Halo games, the campaigns were a huge part of the gameplay. And I'm a big like futuristic fantasy kind of person, so I think that'd be cool to see aliens and laser guns and all that good stuff. Yeah, it should be good. That should be good.
Pablo Schreiber, who has been on some shows like The Wire, the one TV show I've heard good things about, but I haven't watched called American Gods.
Okay.
Um, he's going to be playing Master Chief,
Ah,
which of course I do know in the games you typically don't see his face, so I'm not sure how much that will matter.
yeah.
But
He's kind of like the Mandalorian. You never see his face.
yeah,
What's up with people in helmets not ever showing their face?
hmm.
It's a big thing to them, but yeah, it sounds cool. I'd be interested to see that. Is that supposed to come out this year?
I believe so. Yeah, they do a quick Google search here to see if they've actually announced a date. I know it's going to be on Showtime, uh, and that's a like I said, that's a network that I particularly have a lot of faith in. They just did a mini series called The Good Lord Bird, which was based on John Brown, the old abolitionist, with Ethan Hawke playing him. That was really well done. I highly recommend it. It was about 6 episodes,
Okay.
um, and a really dark humor considering like the content of John Brown and his notoriety. But
Hmm.
so it says here on for Halo. There are 5 episodes filmed before the coronavirus, and they're currently doing reshoots, but it doesn't look like there's an actual release date as of yet, from everything
Okay.
I've read here.
Okay.
Um, it says here also expected sometime in the first quarter of 2021. This article is written in November. Um, I mean, I think that's pretty optimistic because it's already January and I haven't even seen a trailer for this yet. So
Yeah.
it would almost be like a surprise release, which I doubt they would want to do with a IP like Halo. You really want to build the buzz around that and get people excited for it. So I don't think they would just drop it. So I think first quarter is a bit optimistic, but at some point in 2021, I would imagine.
Okay. So we're still managing to put out shows and movies and everything through all this craziness. So it's good to see that continues to progress along. So we've got stuff to look forward to. That's for sure. We've got stuff to look forward to. So so we haven't done a little personality quiz or just a fun quiz in a while with a guest. So I got one pulled up here that I think it'd be fun to just to run through real quick and see what our results are. So um, this one is called "There are two types of eaters in this world: spoon people and fork people. Which are you?" Simple but fun. So I want to see: are we I wonder if I could. Maybe I'll pull up two so I could do one for you as well. See your results. So we've got basically just foods and what you eat them with to determine if you're a spoon person or a fork person. So, what do you eat macaroni and cheese with? Fork or spoon?
Spoon. You get
Spoon.
more with it, I feel like, and you really get to scrape the cheese and stuff. Spoon for me, hard spoon.
Yeah. I'm trying to think back when I could actually eat macaroni and cheese. I think I ate it with a spoon too. Yeah. All right. Oh, it has the results of most other people's votes. Wow. 80% eat it with a fork.
Oh wow,
We're in the 20% range.
wow.
Huh. Interesting. Ice cream cake. Oh, ice cream cake. Fork or spoon?
A fork for me. Reason being, if the ice cream cake's a little bit hard still, or like frozen,
Frozen.
I think it's easier to kind of chip away at it with the fork rather than the spoon. What
Yeah.
about you?
Yeah, I'm fork too. Yeah. Because I think it's more it's more of cake to me than ice cream. So
Hmm.
you eat cake with a fork, so you don't need. Come on. Yeah, fork. 54% say fork. So that one's pretty split.
Yeah.
That one's pretty split. Oh, regular cake is the next one.
Yeah, like to your point, fork for
Fork.
me as well.
Yeah. Okay. People are normal there. 85% say fork. Yeah. Uh, how would you eat cake with a spoon? That's weird. That's weird.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Uh,
crumbs there. Yeah, I don't know with the spoon.
yeah, I don't know. I guess you could do either of these. Obviously, that's why they're asking. You could do either, but uh, scrambled eggs.
Spoon.
Really?
Yeah. I
Oh,
think you
damn.
get more.
Okay. Okay. No, I'm fork with scrambled eggs. Yeah. 92% say fork. So
Wow.
you're in the 8%. You weirdo.
Well, if the scrambled egg has like those little small bits, it can fall through the cracks of the fork. So you're really getting more with the spoon.
The small bits. I like it. Nice. Potato salad.
Fork.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a fork too. 86% fork. Yeah, I guess potato salad has a little bit of the creaminess to it, but not enough that you need to spoon it.
No.
Shepherd's pie. Oh my.
Ooh. I'm a fork one for this one, but I could see the rationale behind spoon.
I can't remember the last time I've had shepherd's pie. I think honestly I would go with a spoon. I feel like it's kind of like not soupy, but like all the
See it
small. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna
with
go
the
with spoon.
the
Yeah,
peas and the carrots.
and the ground meat and
Hmm.
everything. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're in the norm here. I'm out. 81% fork.
Oh,
Yeah. Ooh, Jello. I've definitely done both with Jello. I've definitely done 100% done both with Jello.
oh yeah. It's pretty much whatever's there in front of me. Like I don't have a preference for this one.
I know. If this one's not split, I'm gonna be blown away.
Yeah, it can't be a runaway.
Uh, if I have to pick though, I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm actually gonna go fork. I
I was gonna
think
go spoon.
okay, yeah, that's what I mean. It's so split. I think just because to be able to stab it a little bit more than try to scoop it and hope that it stays on the spoon. But I guess if you stab it too and you stab it too hard and it goes through, it just splits right in half. So so we're split there. Wow. 79% say spoon.
Wow,
I did not think it
surprising.
was gonna. Yeah, I did not think it was gonna be that one sided. Wow. Huh. Quiche.
Oh wow.
I
Say
don't even.
fork for that one.
Yeah, I'm fork there too. I don't think.
A little easier to grab.
Yeah. Oh, 94% say fork.
Yeah.
That was pretty. Oatmeal.
Oh man. Spoon for me.
Yeah. How would you do oatmeal with a fork?
Yeah, it's like cereal with a fork. Like,
Yeah, like what? That's a little bit thicker, but yeah, it's almost the same. How'd you do? Yeah, okay, 98% spoon. Yeah,
I want to meet one of those 2%
right.
people.
Let me see you eat your oatmeal with a fork, please. Yeah, I feel like that. Unless you make it so thick that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's an odd one there. That's for sure. Chili. Oh, that's
Spoon.
yeah. It's kind of the same deal. Like how do you
Mm,
do chili with a fork? I don't know about that one. Spoon. Yeah, 78% spoon. Gnocchi, aka gnocchi.
oh, okay, I was like, what?
I think that's the proper way to say it is yoki or gnocchi or something. But
I always called it gnocchi,
yeah, that's
but
that's the
I
American
know what you mean.
that's the American way to say it.
Okay. Fork.
Spork. Sounded like you said spork.
Maybe it's the best of both worlds.
Right? Yeah, I'll have a fork there. Yeah. Yeah, definitely fork. I can't remember again. I can't remember last time I've had a gnocchi, but
Yeah, it's been a
uh,
while. For me.
83% fork. Yeah, 83% fork. Ooh, pie. Oh, I go for some pie.
Fork.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, 80% fork. So there's again 20% that eat pie with a spoon.
Depending on the type of pie, I could see like if it's like coconut cream pie or something, maybe. But like apple pie, I think it's definitely a fork kind of pie.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Pumpkin pie. Oh yeah,
I guess yeah. Nah, fork. Ooh, that's a pretty 50-50 one. Ravioli.
fork.
I could see the argument for both here. Yeah, I'll go fork too. Yeah, I'll go fork too. Oh wow. Okay. Apparently it's not split at all. 96% fork.
Oh yeah.
I I definitely could see eating with a spoon though.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. 'Cause I feel like you eat ravioli in a bowl and it's got the sauce, the tomato sauce still throughout, so you get all of it. I don't
The
know.
fork though, you can get multiple ravioli at once in your mouth.
Have like six of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think it'd be that weird. I could see a spoon. Ooh, mashed potatoes.
This is a hard spoon for me. Like,
Really?
yeah,
So even if you're eating like a Thanksgiving dinner and you've got everything just eaten with a fork, you're still gonna switch to a spoon to eat the potatoes.
probably,
Okay.
maybe. I mean, I don't want to dirty the spoon up just for the mashed potatoes, but if
So
it's
you're
you know,
you're thinking just a straight old just a bowl of mashed potatoes and that's it. But yeah.
oh yeah, yeah. You've never had just like mashed potatoes and gravy by itself?
No. I've always eaten mashed potatoes with something.
I've definitely had it just like mashed potatoes and gravy.
Okay. All right, so you're going spoon. All right. Okay. Fairly split. Oh, that's fork, by the way. That's fork, yeah. 60-40. 64 fork. So 40% eat their mashed potatoes with a spoon. Cheesecake, that's the same as other cakes. Oh,
Yeah,
we'll skip that. Tofu,
don't think I've ever had it.
right? maybe once, and I think it's been with a fork, so we'll go with fork. Oh, 61% say spoon. Okay. Coleslaw.
It's similar to potato salad for me, so I'm gonna go fork.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fork too.
Those two
82%.
are always like at cookouts and stuff. Those two are always very interchangeable.
Yeah. And I feel like, yeah, at cookouts, you're mostly eating with your hands because you got like hamburgers and hot dogs and stuff. And you have this random fork. You're like, I guess I have the fork. I guess I'll use it for the coleslaw and potato salad if I have to. Oh, bread pudding. Ew.
Mm.
I don't even
Well,
know if
pudding. I mean, I would go spoon.
Yeah, but it's bread pudding. It's nothing like pudding. I don't think I've even had it.
I think I
It
had it at Piper's Pub once or
okay.
twice.
So you said spoon?
Hmm.
Okay. 76% say fork.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe I
I
didn't have it then.
maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah, I must be.
Risotto?
Mm, fork.
Yeah, I think I would fork too. 58% fork. Oh, and that's it. Okay, so we were on the norm for most of them. A couple of them that I thought were going to be split totally one sided. That's interesting. I think we agreed on most of them too.
Yeah,
There was the one that we were split on, but that's about it. And then you with your bowl of mashed potatoes. Again, I don't understand the oatmeal one though. I don't know how anybody could eat oatmeal with a fork. It's crazy, crazy. Just a fun
better be
little
safe
game.
and just bring both with us next time we go to a
Just
meal.
just bring both. Yep, yep. All right. Well, that brings us to our bright story. We just have one here today, but it's a good one. It's always a good one, and I know there's people out there doing good stuff, and whether or not they choose to share it is up to them. But um, guys, keep doing bright actions. Keep doing what you can to make people smile. Um, just brighten up their days, and the whole sharing concept is just to show that even though everything you hear on the news and everything that's going on in the world, and there's still so much good that's going on as well, and just to remind people that every day there's always something amazing going on, and that you're capable of doing it yourself, and just the more we can spread, the more we can do ourselves, it just will change the world for the better. So but one little one here that we had submitted, basically just more of a shout out, I guess, if you will, submitted by a woman uh, talking about her husband. And she said that her husband's been traveling for the last 2 weeks for work, and um, they just recently had a kid. So mom's dealing with the kid, and the husband's been traveling for work. So it's obviously been tough. And she even mentions before, while she was pregnant, he was doing a lot of traveling too, and just talk about how he supports her and their daughter just so much, even though he's so busy traveling for work and doing this and that. Um, and she knows that it's extremely hard on him, and he hates being away from family. He continues to go on, going to work every day for them, and it's just she said that having their daughter has been, it's tough. It's a very tough thing to have a daughter and raise a daughter, and that she's had to step back from her career at the moment, just put it on pause to continue to raise their daughter, and just see that their daughter's doing well and happy and getting everything, all the care that she needs. And so she said that the husband continues to sit in his hotel room, miles and miles away, every night, and just continues to do what he can to be a part of her life, and never complains, never moans, never says anything negative, continues to just be super positive and supportive. And he drives hours and hours away to different states, and always comes back as soon as possible, comes back home to see them. And every time he comes back home, like, even if he's just home for like the weekend or whatever and has to go back out during the week, he always she said that he always takes the night shift, like all the nighttime wake ups their daughter has. He always takes those and relieves his wife of the duties for that night. And it's just, again, he's out working all week, and then he still comes home during the weekend, and just takes the time to take care of their daughter, and give his wife the time that she needs to rest up. And she just really wanted to thank him, and show appreciation to him for all that he's doing for her and their daughter. And just he's just been the ultimate husband. the ultimate supportive person in both their lives, and she just really wanted to share that and show appreciation to him for what he's done so far. So good stuff, amazing stuff. To continue to work tirelessly and still make enough time to be supportive and a part of your daughter's life as much as you can, and just always to do it with a smiling face too. Never frowning or sighing or saying rolling your eyes and saying, I'm so tired from the week. Nope, just step right up, whenever need be when he's home. And just a really, really good story, and really, really kind words by the wife to just take the time to share and again show appreciation for all that her husband's doing for their family. So thank you for sharing. Appreciate it. I'm glad you had such kind words, and I was glad that I was able to portray them. So all right, well, I guess that's about it then, huh?
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. Will, thank you for joining us,
Always a pleasure.
for joining me, joining us, I guess, right? Joining all the people tuning in.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. I hope to be back on soon where we can talk more, and can't wait till life gets back to normal and we can go out and see each other face to face.
Exactly. You bet. So once again, always appreciate all your TV knowledge and movie knowledge and all your Marvel knowledge for sure as well, and I appreciate it. So guys, thank you very much for joining. Hope you enjoyed. As always, if you could check out our social media pages on Instagram, Twitter. If you watch this on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button, the like button, leave some comments. Tell us what you like, what you didn't like, and share it. Share the podcast with your friends, with your family, so we can continue to spread the brightness to as many people as we can. Trying to touch as many people's lives as we can, and just continue to spread some good things in the world, and continue to push the world forward in a bright direction. So thanks for all your support so far. I appreciate it, more than you can imagine. And everybody who's tuned in and commented and shared their stories, thank you as well. And so hopefully we can continue to keep it up and continue to progress forward and continue to just enjoy what we're doing. So thanks again, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Go make it a bright one. And we'll see you next time. Take care.